it and you lose with it, the enemy team can still take it away from you and then still be able to try and take the point and show you how it's done. But game number 1 here, first match of the day. This is day 4 of the group stage of the Kings Invitational Season 4. It is Nova Esports going up against Nongshim RedForce.
Right, we'll see how this is going to be. Like, I like this rotation by Nongshim. So putting 3 members to try to get that numbers advantage, because the wave clear isn't exactly in their favor. Wendy's wave clear as a Garuda is super fast, super strong, and add wave pit in that mix, I don't think you win this lane at all for Illusion.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a bit of a hard lane. Definitely one you're going to be trying to play with contempt for the side of Nongshim RedForce. But still, given that 2v on top side of the map here, the white tank are trying to force Rat-L into that wall, getting that CC very successfully here. But I feel like because Namu's there, it's kind of a bit of a saving grace here for the side of Nongshim RedForce.
And it's good, right? This is a different style of play from Nongshim, the way that they have supported their members really quickly in terms of rotations. This is what I like to see. But at the same time, maybe this is just a test. Because if you take a look at Shen, he did fully commit quite a big chunk of his common spells. His flash is down for the next 2 minutes.
It is, but I mean, if you're going to use your flash and try and at least get something and you fail, it's okay, because it's going to be back up, like you said, in 2 minutes when that neutral objective is going to be online, right? So I don't think like it's going to be that much of an issue. He still has the means of escaping for himself in that lane. So if he does try to get dunk on, and in terms of obviously the lack of CC here, obviously from Cheech in that 1v1, it's not going to be real the troublemaker here for the side of for Nova Esports.
Not. And I like this, right? Both teams actually put a lot of faith into their farm laners here, looking for that 1v1. But things have changed a little bit. Kongling is has TP down. He's already at level 4. And this is where the beauty of the lineup for Nova is.
Oh, absolutely. It's a very fast rotation. It's very good for aiding into those team fights. It's just putting the pressure onto, obviously, the likes of the Lungreichs. You're looking at timers here for the side of Nongshim RedForce. Their 2 most important timers is both on Illusion and not on Siri here as well. But speaking of pressure, coming through here for the Majestic Guardian, it's going to be that ultimate that's so oppressive, but then Twilight into the back line. Can't Lane get him first blood.
Yeah, it's a big double whammy here as they go for that 1v1. Raquel has to back off, right? The biggest thing here is they lose the buffs on Haku, and it's Kongling who gets that finishing blow onto Haku, which means there's going to be a clear-cut EXP advantage.
Yeah, exactly. You can already see it, right? By level 5 to level 4 here, a bit of pressure being put on for the side of Nongshim RedForce, trying to just kind of like sway the side of Nova from this bot side of the map here, obviously trying to contest that Spike Tail Beast. Any little bit of resources here is going to make a difference between both of these 2 teams, but Kongling gets caught out into the backline there. He gets picked off, but once again, thanks to that Celestial Melody, giving over that second ultimate meant that they're able to kind of clear away a path for Nova Wendy.
Yeah, that was definitely a mistake by Kongling. He had his ultimate, did not find the time to use it, but this was a forced error. Nongshim RedForce, if you take a look at the lineup, they actually have quite a lot of CC as well, right? Illusion, Haku, Siri as well as Namu, all of them have easy CC access. Ratel doesn't have it, but it takes a bit of time. So very nice understanding of what kits they have at the side of Nongshim to really get that kill back and even out the score. Goal-wise, Nova has a slight lead, but at this point, I don't think it matters that much.
Doesn't matter that much, but I mean, this slight goal lead could literally make I mean, not the slight goal lead, but the acquisition of these neutral objectives that are coming up in about 15 seconds could definitely turn the tides of this small goal lead for either of these 2 teams, right?
Yeah, and if you take a look at the rotations of both junglers, they want to make sure they get all the resources before they start making their way into the Tyrant Pit here. And Wendy and Waypit, I like this. They have already secured a prime position. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for Nongshim to step in without taking a risk. Namu does have his Tremor Smash. Let's see how he uses it.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be the one that's kind of like trying to lead the charge here. He tries to just kind of give the intel, but there's no real kind of like go ahead or get up and go here for the side of Nongshim RedForce. They just kind of admit defeat there at that neutral objective. They don't want to lose any lives here. Having to force out the Annihilation, just try and get a little bit of wave clear into this mid lane, but doesn't actually quite come to fruition here for the side of Nongshim RedForce.
Okay, this is where you start to see Nova starting to have a little bit of trouble.
Steering played a little bit close to the cards there. He looks low health, but it's going to be Haku here being contested at his own blue buff. Able to get it away from Conling. Conling looks pretty low. He has the shield, but Siri is here with the flame in palms. He gets the pickup onto Conling.
And this is exactly what they needed, right? Nongshim, yes, they lost the Tyrant, but then the question after that is, okay, what is the recovery process? What options do we have? And that was one of them. Now, pressure put on by Wendy. I don't think he gets a kill here, but this is going to be quite a bit of nice damage onto the T1 at the bottom side. So Nova, they respond in kind, but Nongshim, I'm quite surprised. They're actually keeping pace with Nova in this game number 1.
Absolutely, keeping pace in terms of obviously trying to sort of like try and get trade-offs here from lost opportunities like the neutral objective, like you were saying there, Kim. But I feel like it was Nova giving them that, right? Obviously, Kongling, he kind of found himself a little bit lost in the sauce there, a little bit like Schwan here now with a 3v1 top side of the map here. Too much damage from Ratel, comes through, claims a kill, but now Conling looking for a little bit of revenge onto Illusion, driving him away with a little low health bar. But it's gonna be that Tremor Smash that keeps them in place, but gets knocked down. Is going to be Namu.
It's going to be a 1v1 trade, right? This is going to be Namu for the life of Xuan, which is definitely a better trade for the side of Nongshim. Your Clash laner falling for support is not ideal, but if they can trade this kill in the mid on Siri or take a T1, that will be fantastic. And it looks like that's going to be the case.
Potentially here, but it's with the Flaming Palms actually eradicates that minion into the mid lane there. Obviously, they can throw the feathers here from the Majestic Guardian just to try and chip away at that T1 so far. But now, eyes on the prize. It's going to have T1 down to the bot side of the map that really opens up here at the side of Nongshim RedForce. Really makes it a little bit more accessible to that blue buff that you just saw being taken away there by Nova Esports. But now, I can imagine the next prize pony is going to be that T1 into the mid lane here. Team fight trying to take place, Annihilation, just trying to drive them away and keep those minions out of there.
Oh, they couldn't do it in time. This is going to be a T1 claim for both the mid and the bot. Siri does find a trade in the top side, which is okay, not the worst or best situation, but I want to talk about this item build on Wendy as well as Illusion. Illusion went for the Venomous Staff, right, for the anti-heal. We all know why. You want to make sure you don't allow the tank ability on the side of Xuan as well as the heal coming out from Wave Pit. But very big differences. Hang on, they want to get something here.
They want to get something. I mean, it looks like they're trying to get way Pit, but I mean, it looks like he's kind of just like used this Dolia. The fish is the bait here, but it's going to be that Tremor Smash that keeps Schwan in place. But is it going to be enough to be impressive here to get a kill onto the side of Nongshim RedForce? But Wendy picks up the kill for Haku, and losing your jungler right now, especially where momentum is building here for Nova Esports in terms of the gold lead, is not where you want your falter.
This is where the itemization of Wendy is so smart, right? He actually disregarded the anti-heal, went straight for the Mask of Agony, dealing percentage health damage. And once your tank is not tanking, Haku is supposed to be your frontliner along with Namu. And, you know, when Haku's gone, take a look at what's happening.
You get rinsed down. Like, obviously, you got one tank on. That's going to be a lot of pressure being put onto Namu, as you just saw there. He gets taken down by Muchi, and now Muchi level 10. I mean, with the red buff as well, the Crimson Golem going over to their marksman, that's going to be a lot of pain game.
Yeah, it definitely is. And there's no defense coming in from Nongshim. Not because they don't want to, but because they can't. Oh, jump!
Oh, yeah, the jump onto Illusion, but it's able to actually get out a little bit of a, not scot-free, but still able to live with his life. Can be said opposite for here for Wendy. He gets taken down by Ratal, so a nice little poke kill there for the side of Nongshim. But what's a kill when you can get a turret?
Yeah, a very nice trade, right? I think at this point, having Wendy lose his life is not the biggest deficit in the world. If you take a look at the item builds across the board, everyone is starting to get tanky. But the big problem here is the fact that Muchi is already having two major items, core items by the way, Doomsday as well as the Sparkforce Jagger, going into the third item. And this was one that's going to hurt because the teamfights are going to take a long time, which is beneficial for Nova.
Tyrant has been defeated.
Exactly. It's going to be very beneficial for Nova, especially in terms of having, obviously, the front line being able to kind of like soak that damage. And then, I mean, you've seen it time and time again so far within this game number 1. Wendy, Muchi just be able to put the pressure on from that very safe distance. And the problem here with Nongshim is obviously the Peaceful Fist, the Flowborn tank. As soon as it's into the team fight, it's hard to get out of there.
Yes, it is. And this is the first part of the problem. So the second part, if you take a look at the draft of Nova, They really just require Kong Ling and Wei Pit to be together, and Nongshim have to group up. Meanwhile, the rest of the members on the side of Nova will be able to split push.
Ooh. Yeah, able to split push, able to try and split apart this team fight here. It's going to be Nongshim RedForce, but Xuan getting burst down. The Flaming Palms actually not going to be enough just to connect that depth there, but it's going to be the tri-line.
Oh, they can't!
Going with the re-engage, gets the pick up onto Haku, onto Rattel. He's looking for more, but the damage doesn't come through. He takes a little bit too many blows from that T2 into the bot side of the map here. Nova again. Ling gets run down though after a very successful double kill. Take down T2 into the mid lane. Nova are looking very strong.
Yep, and this is where the risk-taking of Nova has gotten a little bit better this year as well, right? A lot of you will be like, okay, why is Kong Ling giving his life? Why is he diving like crazy? Look at what they're taking across the map for Nova. And this fight, they don't win this on the side of Nongshim.
They don't win this, and I mean, your character respawns. Your turrets don't unless you've got a hider, which they don't onto the side of Nongshim RedForce, and they no longer have the Earthshaker. Namu gets caught out a little bit too overzealous there into that early part of the engage, especially around that neutral objective, and now you're at the behest of Wendy, Muchi, both having that Shadow Tyrant buff, which is that extra damage and extra movement speed. And now you're at that 11-minute match here, and the scaling is not quite scaling here for the side of Nongshim.
Yeah, and this was the concern, the outrage. Look at Haku. He is just in a world of pain at this point. 7-5, and it's a 4,000 goalie going to the side of Nova. The gold is not the huge issue here. It's the fact that Nongshim can't take the fight in the way that they want. They're getting poked out.
They are getting poked out and they're getting pushed towards their crystal, right? It's just a very bad situation here for Nongshim RedForce. Haku once again with the problem of the peaceful fist. You get in, you commit, you die. Your tank falls as well. You have no front line. Namu falls as well. We see that Rattel is able to get the pick off here onto Xuan as well, but Wendy just using that Featherstorm just to push away Illusion there. It was a good play and a bit of a saving grace for Nova, but it's now about the defense for Nongshim.
Yep, it's looking like the game plan is very clear from Nongshim, right? We're gonna have Haku and Namu. They're gonna keep trying to dive Muchi, push him away. Meanwhile, this allows room for Rattel to get his stacks in, and hopefully he will be the hero for the team along with Siri, but so far it's not working. T3s will be taken down in the mid, and Nongshim, the room gets a little bit smaller.
It does get very small here for the side of Nongshim RedForce. Nova knew what they were working with, right? With Namu, with Haku down, they knew that there was nothing really there to kind of defend that T3 into the mid lane here. So Nova was just like, all right, all thrusters go burning bright here for the side of Nova Esports. But right now they are currently looking to try and formulate around about this Shadow Overlord here. A big team fight could be taking place here. Namu trying to get the catch onto the back line, but gets taken down. It's going to be Rattel. Namu looking like he's going to follow here as well. The Radiance isn't going to slow down this show that is Nova Esports. Haku as well. Siri is the last surviving member. Can he get back to base? Is that going to be his goal here, using the infinite vastness just to keep him safe, just to save face and say, like, guys, I'm the only one left standing at the end of game number 1 as their crystal falls. It's gonna be Nova Esports taking game number 1.
Beautiful, clean, and crisp. Very clear message from the side of Nova. This is the standards you have to rise to in this new year of 2026 for HOK. So Nova takes game number 1. And would you say that